Okay, so today, before I even begin what I want to talk about, I need to just do things that don't get me in. I just need to say a couple of things so I don't get in trouble with anybody. Obviously, I'm going to be talking about Steven Universe, as you can see by the title in this photo. um, Created by Rebecca Sugar. It's on Cartoon Network and belongs to both of those people, or both those people, that company and Rebecca Sugar and anyone else that is a part of the creation of Steven Universe. I'm just saying this so that, you know, talk about things in the community above it, watch it, above it, about it. But, I'm not trying to steal it or anything. It's theirs, I just want to create a little theory type thing for it. Alright, so what I will be talking about is there were some leaks, not leaks, but because they were released by Cartoon Network, but there were some things that were um, released, a couple of clips for the what people are saying, or what people are calling the Steven Nuke for the Summer of Steven. Um, it was a clip showing Bismuth for the first time. Well, not the first time, but like us really seeing her as a character and not just being a violent thing in Lapis's flashback. Um, and another one is from, I think, Mr.Greg is the title of it, where Greg, Steven, and Pearl all go to Empire City together. So we're gonna talk. I'm gonna just kind of analyze a few things and just talk about a few things that I'm thinking about what happened in this, and everything. So we're gonna go ahead and just look at them real quick. And remember, this is all speculation. I'm probably gonna be wrong in a couple things. Some things I might be right. If I'm right, well, good for me. But um, first we're gonna talk about here. You notice Amethyst in the background. She has a new outfit. So clearly she has been poofed because it's similar to her last outfit. And this is probably wrong, but based off of who I see and how I see things, I'm going to assume Bismuth was, well, I mean, it is, but Steven might have been talking to Amethyst about a gym that was in Lion. And Amethyst might have told him to go and get that gym. So he probably went, grabbed Bismuth, came back out, and M and Amethyst either accidentally or purposely popped the bubble it was in, turning into Bismuth. Bismuth might have seen Amethyst thinking she was a homeworld gem and poofed her, but saw Steven and thought he was a human, so doesn't really care. And then Steven might have explained to her who Amethyst is. Amethyst come back, Garnet and Pearl come back and, have some conversation with Bismuth about finally seeing each other again and everything. That's just what I think might have happened. It probably didn't in that exact way, but who knows. Um, Here she actually mentions a couple of names that I wrote down. She was talking about other crystal gems. The names that she said were Biggs, I think it's something like that, Snowflake, and either in the last one, well, this last one was Snowflake, but there was one that was either Crazy Legs or Crazy Lays or something like that. It was probably a gym, but I don't know what would correspond to that because I don't know gyms in real life. But those are like the three names that she stated. And in this part, Bismuth came back and was wondering, how long she has been poofed and in a bubble. And Pearl states it has been 500 or 5,300 years since Bismuth has been active or, walking around. And clearly she does have something to do with the crystal gems, as, right here she's, when Pearl got emotional, she got emotional, so she's close to Pearl, and right here she's holding Garnet's hand. So, I mean, she obviously cares about the other crystal gems and will probably grow to care about Amethyst, and most likely will care about Steven because he's a human, and also, he's quote unquote the new Rose Quartz, I guess. So that's all I have to say about this one. Into the next one, MrGreg. Uh, it just showed a big musical number about him checking into the big hotel in Empire City. But what I want to talk about is a couple of things that Pearl ends up doing, actually, because, she's obviously kind of socially awkward. Um, Greg says to dance with him, and she rudely, like, just yells no in an angry way, stopping the song that was going on. And everyone just kind of pauses for a second. And then we see her take off her hat, and I don't know if you can tell, but she is actually blushing in this. So I mean, it could be just because she's embarrassed herself, but also the reason she could have yelled at Greg could have been what caused her to blush. Honestly, I think it's because, I mean, we've seen in, what is it called? We Need to Talk, how Pearl reacted with Greg. Pearl didn't really like Greg because of how Rose was with him. And she kind of has to like him now because of Steven. But I don't know what I'm trying to say. Basically, um, remember in the answer, Pearl dances with Rose and fuses with her and blah blah blah. Then later on, she is spying on them while Rose dances with Greg. And I'm thinking that when she danced with Greg, instant memories of that day or of that time span flash back to her, and it just reminded her of Rose and how Greg kind of took Rose from her and created Steven and everything. So she might be kind of upset about that. Um, so I think it's just a big Rose thing that they'll probably talk about later in the episode. But I think it'll be, you know, resolved quite simply. Uh, so yeah, I think it's all gonna be fine. In the end, obviously, it's a Steven Universe episode. It'll either work itself out, or we'll have some, things in the background that, can be approached later on. But that's really all I have to say about these clips. I can't wait to see them finally come out, just to see how everything plays out. So, that's all I have to say. I'll see you guys later.